Alright, since there's been a bunch of roster changes going on here, and after all of Major 1 happened, I think it's fair for me to be able to do another tier list here to kind of give you my thoughts on each roster and how I see them kind of finishing here in Stage 2. So first off, we've got the LA Thieves. Didn't make a roster change, looked pretty good in Major 1 overall. I think with a little bit more practice and getting their maps down, I think they'll end up being in the top 3, but currently I think I'm going to have them as my number 4 team overall. Next, we're going to have the Vegas Legion here. They looked pretty solid overall in Major 1. Made a little bit further than even I really thought they were going to, and I think for that matter I'm going to put them in my top 9 currently. I don't think they'll be in the same exact spot here. I might move them around here soon. I like Clay and Temp as an AR duo. I don't like their SMG duo. They've been very inconsistent, and I think that's going to hurt them this major as well. Next, we go to OpTic Texas here. They got Huke. Dashy's out. Everything, by the looks of everything, he's been playing really well in 8s. I guess they've been doing really well in scrims as well. I guess it's just going to be, I mean, you had the old Zayo or XEO, however you want to say it. Trio back, and then you add Scump and move to a flex, which I think he's going to be playing even better at, honestly, in that flex position. And so for that, I think I'm going to put him in my top 6 here currently, next to LA Thieves. I think LA is probably currently a better team. So yeah, we'll keep that as is. London Royal Ravens are next. Scraps is in. Pollux is taking a step back. I think they're going to be a little bit better, but at the same time, I mean, I just don't see with this group of 4 them getting much more than a, you know, top 12, honestly. So it's unfortunate. I don't really know. I mean, ACM's been looking really good. Zero's been kind of underperforming so far this year, I think, personally. Nasty's been okay. I think Scraps will be a little bit better of an option than Pollux, just because if Nasty wants to move to the AR, I'm sure Scraps can play the SMG just fine. He's done it before. Yeah, I just don't see them getting much better though than the top 12. Next, we got the LAG, the Guerrillas. They nuked their squad, and they have Assault, JoeDeceives, and Exceed. I don't really see a honeymoon phase here, and unfortunately for, you know, Arcitys and the LAG boys, I'm going to have them down here in the top 12. I don't think they're going to be my dead last team. They might. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out yet. But, yeah, I don't think they're going to have a honeymoon phase here. So I think they will be just hoping that they can win the series. Next, we have Boston Breach. They didn't make any changes. If they can just get consistent with their team, just slaying capability, I think they would be a top 3, you know, maybe top 6, maybe top 3. But for now, I think I'm going to put them in my top 9, just because it seems like when Owakening is dropping like a 1.3, then like Nero is dropping a 0.6, and vice versa. You know, Vivid for the most part is going to get you that, you know, 0.95. He's going to be around even, just getting crazy amount of engagements. And I have nothing really bad to say about really any of them. Just need to get more consistent. And I think they'll be up here in the top 6, maybe even top 3 soon. Next, there's talks about Pred and Sib on the Seattle Surge moving to OpTic Texas. That did not happen. Finished top 2 in Major 1, and obviously he's going to be one of my top 3 teams since they are staying together. I think they're going to be competing for championships all year unless something crazy happens, and there's nothing really else to say about that. Then next we got the Toronto Ultra. Standy was looking like an MVP candidate for pretty much all of Major 1. Scrappy looked really good. Insight looked alright. You know what you're going to get from CleanX, just super aggro. I don't really see them in my top 6 currently, though. Like, I think they could be, obviously, but I think with the teams I have left here, they're either going to be at the end of my top 6 or at the beginning of my top 9. And I think I'm going to put them at the beginning of top 9 here. So next we have the New York Subliners. As a surprise, I think pretty much everyone, they won Major 1. They looked really good while doing it too. really, I think I had them down in my top 9, maybe even top 12, because I just didn't really like the roster put up. But they came out and they were balling. Can't really hate on them. They looked great. Priest looked really incredible there that whole entire major run. So props to them. And then my last top three team is going to be the Atlanta FaZe. I mean, it's hard when you have Cellium, Simp, and aBeZy. That trio is always going to be around your top 3. At worst, I think top 6. I think with a little bit more time gelling with Slasher, I think they're going to be competing for championships the rest of the season. Next, we have the Florida Mutineers. Didn't make a roster change. I like this team of 4. Like, I should say, I like the players on this team. I do not like them as a team of 4. And for that, I think they're going to be better than the Guerrillas. I think London's going to be better than them. I just don't see this group of 4 really working out. I think you got 2 really slow ARs in Brack and Major Maniac. And 2 pretty aggro SMGs. And I know slaying isn't really always a thing. I think there's just a pacing issue. But when you see a player like Vikul, dropping a 1.3 when everyone else is dropping 0.6s on your team, it's really hard to win a map doing that. And so for the final team here in the Minnesota Rokkr, kind of underperformed to, I think, my standards. I think a lot of people's standards, honestly. I think at this point they might have to start looking at their coaching options, because outside of the opening year in Modern Warfare 2019, their teams always have pretty underperformed, been underwhelming, outside of the obvious, miracle against Toronto Ultra and Cold War. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have a crazy lineup here on their roster. Bunch of talent. They can all slay out. It's either coaching or they just gotta, find a way to put it together, because they could very easily be in my top 3 if they figure it out and perform really well. If they don't, then I can honestly see them being at the end of my top 9. And I think this is going to be the way I currently have it. I think actually I'm going to put the Boston Breach here ahead of the Vegas Legion. So that's going to be it for this episode. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys think, and where you have everyone ranked as well. That'll be it. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.